Fashion as a reflection of 19th century society. Step into the 19th century, a time when what you wore said everything about who you were. Fashion was not just clothing. It was a language, a visual statement of status, wealth, and identity. Let's take a closer look at the stark contrast between the wardrobes of the rich and the poor. For the wealthy, fashion was all about opulence and excess. Picture lavish ball gowns made of silk and velvet, adorned with intricate lace and embroidery. Corsets pulled tight to create the coveted hourglass figure, while layers of petticoats added volume to their skirts. Women's clothing was a statement of extravagance, with every stitch reflecting their social standing. Men too showcased their wealth through tailored suits, complete with waistcoats, cravats, and top hats. Accessories like pocket watches and jeweled brooches were subtle yet powerful symbols of affluence. Now shift your gaze to the working class. Their clothing was practical, durable, and far from ornate. Women wore plain cotton dresses, often patched and mended, with aprons to protect their garments during labor. Men donned simple trousers and shirts made from coarse materials like wool or linen. Their shoes, if they had any, were sturdy but unadorned. For the poor, every piece of clothing was a necessity, not a luxury. Hand-me-downs were common, and garments were repaired until they could no longer be worn. The divide between rich and poor was stark, but it wasn't just about money. Fashion for the wealthy served as a tool to flaunt their privilege and set themselves apart. Their elaborate attire was designed for show, not for comfort or practicality. Meanwhile, the poor dressed for survival, prioritizing function over form. But here's the twist. The Industrial Revolution began to blur these lines. Mass production made certain fabrics and styles more accessible, giving rise to the concept of ready-to-wear clothing. For the first time, the lower classes could imitate the styles of the elite, albeit with less expensive materials. Fashion in the 19th century was more than fabric and thread. It was a reflection of society, a mirror of class structure, and a symbol of the vast gulf between the haves and the have-nots. Yet, it also hinted at the changes to come, as new technologies and shifting social dynamics began to sow the seeds of modern fashion. Please click like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video.